Let's start by saying the names of all the Sketchbook Express application icons. Please repeat the name of each one after me. Gallery.
Gallery.
Add new sketch.
Add new sketch.
I for information.
I for information.
Undo arrow.
Undo arrow.
Redo arrow.
Redo arrow.
Brush editor.
Brush editor.
Draw styles.
Draw styles.
Free draw.
Free draw.
Line tool.
Line tool.
Rectangle tool.
Rectangle tool.
Circle tool.
Circle tool.
Symmetry.
Symmetry.
Text.
Text.
Transform.
Transform.
Layers.
Layer.
Today we are going to use our rectangle tool. Let me see what I'm drawing with. So I'm going to go in brush editor. The last thing I used was fill bucket. Everybody say hello, fill bucket.
Hello, fill bucket.
The last thing we're going to use today is fill bucket. That's how we're going to fill our robot up with color. Right now I'm going to pick the magic marker right here to draw with, and I encourage you to try that one today too. Now you see, when I pick my magic marker, I have two lines. The reason I have two lines is because I turn symmetry on. When you turn symmetry on, you see two wavy lines here. When symmetry is off, you just see one line. So today we're going to try this fun thing with the iPad. We're going to turn symmetry on, and we're going to use our rectangle tool. Our rectangle tool is in our draw styles. Everybody say draw styles.
Draw styles.
Free draw. Line tool. Rectangle tool.
Rectangle tool.
Circle tool.
Circle tool.
So I'm going to tap the rectangle tool. Last week we tried using rectangles to make a face. This week we're going to use the rectangle tool to make our whole body. Rectangle head, rectangle body, rectangle arms, because we're doing a rectangle robot today. So let's start by drawing a rectangle head. So when I pull out a rectangle, you can see where it's going to be before I let go. That's my head for my robot. The next thing I'm going to do is to draw a body for my robot. My body is just one more rectangle like that. Sometimes you get 3 rectangles, so make sure that you're being really careful with how you place your rectangles, and make sure that you're drawing with some color on your marker. So there's my head and there's my body. Now it doesn't look much like a head or a body or a robot right now, so I'm going to add some things to it. Let me add some eyes to my robot with some more rectangles. And I'm going to add a computer mouth like this. Please raise your hand if you need help. So that's my robot so far. I have its head, and I have its eyes, and I have its mouth. So you can start with your head like that, and then keep going and add the eyes to it. Now my robot is going to have some arms on it. So let me pull out some arms. My arm sticks out to the side like that. And then I have a part that hangs down like this. And my robot hand is going to be like a pincher with 2 parts like this. That's a great looking robot, I see. So there's the thumb on my robot. And here are some of the fingers for my robot. He's not going to have 5 fingers. He's just going to have a couple of fingers.
Mr. Wells, let me make
Thank you so much for raising your hand so I know who needs help. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to add some short little legs to my robot. He's going to have very short legs. He's not a running robot. He can probably roll around. Some robots can just roll. So with his short little legs, I'm going to add some little wheels to the bottom. Actually, I'm not going to do wheels. I'm going to do the rollers like are on a tank or a bulldozer. So he's got these big, long rollers at the bottom. Now, some things that robots have that I've seen in the movies are they have computers on their front. So I'm going to add a computer on the front of my robot after I give him a neck. I'm going to add in some little knobs and buttons, and I'm going to give him a big computer screen right on his stomach, kind of like an iPad. So if I needed to use him to try some different apps, I could use my robot to try some different apps. And I'm giving him some bolts in his elbows so his elbows will bend. So you might need to give your robot some joints or some bolts so that they can bend parts of their body. And then I'm going to give him a little bolt down here at his knee. And all those things give me some spaces where I can add some color. And the last thing I'm going to do is give my robot some antenna. So I'm going to do a tall, skinny line at the top. Oh, I didn't like that one. So I'm going to press undo arrow. I love undo arrow. It takes away my mistakes so fast. And I'm going to give him some antenna at the top. That looks great. Keep going with your body or your robot, your arms and your legs. Does your robot have to look just like mine?
No.
No, I don't want your robot to look just like mine. I want it to be your own creative robot. But you're welcome to use any of my ideas. Now that I'm done drawing my robot, I'm going to do one of my favorite things. I'm going to use Fill Bucket to fill him up with all different colors of the rainbow. So let's do this. Once we get done drawing, turn symmetry off. Turn it back to just one line. And go back in your brushes and find the Fill Bucket. It looks like a paint bucket. Everybody say, hello, Fill Bucket.
Hello, Fill Bucket.
Fill Bucket lets you fill your rectangles up with color. Right here it is. It looks like a paint bucket. I can see my next color is going to be blue, but I'm going to make my robot a rainbow colored robot. So I need to pick all the different colors of the rainbow. Yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, and green. So I'm going to start with some bright red for my robot. And I think I'm going to make the sides of his head red. So every time I tap inside of a rectangle, I can get that color that I want. And then I'm going to pick some pink. Very good. Keep going. And I'm going to make the sides of his body pink. And let's see, I want to use some green. I'm going to use some green and make the middle of his body green. Then let me pick a different color. I'm going to use yellow and make his head yellow. You can pick all the different colors that you want to. I'm going to make his eyes gray. And his mouth black. And, God bless you, I'm going to make his legs orange. What's your question, sir? Come over there to the side of the rhombus to get that red color. Then I'm going to make his arm super light green. And the end of his arm a very dark green. Thank you, everybody who's sitting quietly and respectfully while I come around and help. And let me go ahead and finish up my robot's colors. Let me go with orange for his fingers. Add some blue for his feet and for the bolts for his knees.
Need some for his belly?
Yeah, his stomach is going to be purple. I haven't used purple yet. So I'm going to use purple for the iPad on his stomach and the buttons on his stomach.
Yeah, the button.
And here's something.
What about the yellows?
Here's one of the things I like about Fill Bucket 2 is you can fill your background up with any color that you want. So I'm going to fill my background up, and let's fill it up with sky blue. Like that. So now that my background's filled up with color, I'm done with my robot. There's one last thing I need to do, and that is I need to type my name. So I have a text tool, like text is how you send a message. When I tap text tool, it lets me type my name. So I'm going to type my name on it and put my name down at the bottom. And then when I'm done, I'm going to press done. That's my robot. The last thing I can do is press plus and save it. And now it's in my gallery. And there's my rectangle robot. I can't wait to see how yours turns out.
With the